The Donut Sports Channel presents another episode of the Managersim series. This beloved game has been around for many years and brought back after a little bit of a gap quite a few years ago by Burnham. Welcome back again. There's no music of me played here because last time the music was played, well, 2 episodes ago, the I got audited, I think, on YouTube. Striked, not copyright striked, but just striked, even though the music was actually meant to be copyright free. So try to figure that one out. So welcome back to another short episode of Managersim, telling you what's been going on the last couple of weeks and months since the last episode. Thanks for everyone who viewed that. We've got over 30 views for that, which is good, but obviously could be better. So please spread the word about Managersim if you are watching this. If you are watching this, so thanks very much. Again, if I don't say it right at the end, please comment at the end of the video what you would like to see in these specials and any other information you would like to see in this game. But anyway, I brought this episode back because we need to show you some updates of the game that Burnham has sent to me, and so now I'm making it public to you guys. So let's go straight into the game. And probably the first things you notice is that a little bit of the text has changed. It's only a very, very subtle change. If I just move my mouse around where the Harmony, this is my Harmony side and my Phoenix. As you can see, the underline was, I think, bright white or something. It's now yellowy type color, yellowy orange type color. If I move the screen, zoom it even more, you can see it in more detail there. So you might not have noticed this. This is a very slight change, just an interface change. Personally, I would like the game, if it was ever the chance to do it, to change the font. Maybe change to maybe go into your little menu here and say in the graphical user interface options, maybe select different font for the characters, because it'll make it a bit more unique for everyone. But that probably takes a lot of coding, and of course Burnham probably hasn't got the time to do all this. So we'll go back to that. That's the first little subtle change, is the underline. Now there are two quite big changes here. This is to do with how you spend your coins. Now, as you all know, if you're a patron user and stuff like that, you get these coins, which is over here. So you can see here I've got 12 coins at the moment, which I can spend. I get around 5 to 10 coins per month because I put money in towards the game, and this goes into my 2 or 3 sides, if you think about it. Harmony on my Lord Donut account. This is for, again, my Lord Donut account's for the YouTube. And then on my Mark Donny account, I've got Gwyn Camp on this server, on this Phoenix server, and then Leo over in the much faster server, the challenge server, I think it was called, yes. So anyway, Burnham has thought of different ways of you spending your caps, and it's actually a pretty good way, I think, of doing it. One thing is, this is what he actually told me, so I'm going to announce it to you guys. Now, when loading the squad, this is my Facebook site. Hello, Facebook site. Now, when loading squad tactics strategy from the tactics book, let's make that a little bit bigger. There we go. Now, when loading squad tactics strategy from the tactics book, it will be also displayed which one you're on when the page is loaded from the book. Let me know if this is hard to understand. So basically that means when you go into your tactics book here and you load a formation, so let's say I'm in my Harmony main side formation here, this is what I use for the match engine, and then if I go into my team 2, there we go, and I need to make a change there. This is my second side because I'll talk about that later. My Harmony side are still in Europe, which is the furthest they ever got to. Now, I sometimes put midfield lefts in the DM positions because they do actually do well. And there you go. There, it comes up here. You probably have never noticed this before. Before the change, what it usually says will save as current, and it doesn't say which team you're in. But as you can see there, it straight away says team 2, so you know you're in your different team formation, you're not, or whatever you call it, and you're not in your other formation. So I'm saving it as team 2. I didn't need to go down there and select it. It comes automatically there now. And then I'll save as and add my guys in. So that's pretty cool. So if I go back to my main Harmony side, you can see there, if I make any changes, I can just save as, and it goes straight to the Harmony, which I think is very useful. So I'm actually going to make a sort of change here where I'm on this, because I'm preparing for my big European game. So we'll do that sometime soon. My Messenger's just gone up. Somebody else has just chatted to me. So it's typical. I need to look at Messenger and someone else is trying to get hold of me. So I'm not going to show that. So we'll move back to what else Birmingham said. Another way, and this is actually really cool, I think. A real cool way to spend the credits. You can now warn a youth player and ask them to consider their future at the club, and they will within a week ask for a contract even if they're not 18 yet. So remember in the olden days, if you go over to your youth team, here we go. So my youth team at Harmony are normally pretty good, and normally you have to wait until they're 18 years old to ask for a contract. It's either waiting for 18 years old, or if they've been playing games often, then they will ask for contracts earlier. But if you started off with a 16-year-old and you knew the 16-year-old was not going to be a first team player, you normally would have to wait 2 years in the game for him to get 18 and then ask for the contract automatically. Now again, that has now changed, because if you've got some coins to spend, you can speed up the process. So let's show you what I mean here. So just bear in mind, look at this. I've got 12 coins at the moment. So let's look at a youth player who I know is not going to be a regular. So this guy here, this guy here, Jan Kuhlberg. Actually, he's going to be a regular, because 52 plus 43, he's got potential to go up to 95. So I might actually keep him. I'm trying to find a first year, a youth player, sorry, who's not going to be with us. Okay, here's one. 46 plus 44 is 90. 44 plus 37 is 91. Oh, actually, 81. 90, 76, 75. Not amazing secondary stats. So I'm going to get rid of him. And I'm going to get rid of him early. So the way you do that then is player interaction. You are warned, and then ask for his future at his club. And now keep an eye on that as I'm doing this. Press OK. See, he's just spent 2 coins, and now in a week, game time, he is going to come back asking for a contract, and then you can ask for him to, well, you can either keep him on. If he's that good and you don't want anyone else to grab him, you can keep him on and get him a contract, or you can get rid of him, and in my case I'm going to get rid of that player. So there are 2 really good changes, I think. So the first is the tactical book, which it now shows you what formation you're on, and the second one, which will treat a lot of you will really like, I think, is that you can ask for youth players to speed up their contract process before they're 18 by either getting rid of them or keeping them on by using these coins, and it's 2 coins for every player. So I've been doing that a lot in my Lille. In my Lille side, in the Challenger 1 game world, of course, they're 4 ticks a day, so they will ask for contracts pretty quickly, compared to here on the Phoenix, it's only 3 ticks or 2 ticks a day. I've got to remember how many ticks it is. But anyway, that's all the changes there. So we're going to quickly now go around and if you can remember, go around the game one, show you what's going on, give you some sort of quick updates, and we might quickly go over to Phoenix as well. But remember in the last episode, I was tried an experiment with older players, giving the side more experience. Well, how are the older players getting on? I bought a Turkish 31-year-old proven goal scorer from Marseille for 8 million, Kerak, and he seems to be doing really well at the moment. But let's show you how probably the best player, or the legend player in the game was doing, and he is still there scoring goals for Liverpool. I can't even pronounce his name. uh, let's just call him Sasha. Um, he's still scoring goals for Liverpool, 34 goals in 28 games. His stats have not deteriorated whatsoever, and he's 36 years old. So this is a legendary player, Sasha. And you can see there he scored 97 goals last season, and he's still banging them in now. So I looked at that and I thought, I knew this Marseille player very well from my Green Camp days because he was the guy that prevented my Green Camp, I think that's how you pronounce them, from becoming champions. Oh no, from getting into Champions League because they beat us in the final day. And I got this player from Marseille, and he's 31 years old. His stats are not as good as Sasha's, but you can see he's had a really successful season. He's had 23 games and he scored 32 goals in total, including 11 in the league. He's scoring a lot more in the Champions League, 17 goals. And because we're having Kirak with us, it's made my Hammarby side into probably their best European season they've ever had. We've actually got to the quarter-finals of the Champions League, and which is amazing for my side. Even more so as we started off obviously in the group stages and in qualifying three. Did we start in qualifying three? I can't remember because it's way back now. Oh, round one, that's it. We started in round one and we had a very good group campaign. I think we were actually, for the first time in a long time, we were actually quite lucky with our group. Normally we are quite unlucky what group we get, but here we had Monaco, which were the only threat, and then two lesser well-known sides. And then we got into round two, which was a much tougher group with Liverpool, Blackburn Rovers, and Borussia Dortmund. And surprise, surprise, we actually did very well. It surprised me anyway. I think we only lost one game, and that was we lost two, sorry, and they were both to Liverpool, which kind of makes sense. Um, so yeah, we beat Borussia Dortmund 1-0. Liverpool beat us 3-0, and then beat us 3-2. But then we beat all the other sides. We beat Borussia Dortmund 6-0, Blackburn Rovers 2-1, and yeah, and 1-0. There you go, 1-0 up there. So we actually qualified now to the quarterfinals of the Champions League, which I think is the furthest Mohammed side has ever got to. I have won the Champions League before in a much older game world, many, 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 many years ago. We're now against Juventus. Juventus, who are doing very well in Italy at the moment. They're top of the table, 8 points clear from Atalanta, Milan, and Napoli. So it's going to be an interesting game. So how is the rest of the world getting on here? In England, it's a battle. It looks like Middlesbrough and Paul has, who finished runners-up last season, are odds-on favourite to win the championship, but it's still to Premiership, but it's still 15 games to go. So Oldham, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man United, Leicester, they all still got a good chance. The Championship, Arsenal coming back straight back up to the Premier League, so that's good to see. They're having a really good season. And we go to France. My Green Camp side are currently third. This is a very good tight season at the moment with Marseille, the two human sides, Monaco and ourselves, and Nimes, the former great side, all fighting out for those top Champions League sides, and of course the championship itself. Germany is still really Hamburg and Borussia Dortmund with Ingolstadt doing there as well. Not many people seem to be going to Germany. In Spain, we've got Valencia, who are way ahead of everyone else. They've got this player here, Joseph Commons, who's doing very well. 46 goals in 30 appearances. Wow, definitely prolific there. Valencia top then, and then the other human sides, Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, Real Madrid, and one human manager in League Two. Portugal seems to always be popular, and Benfica and Jose, who's been there, I think, since day one. Benfica, the champions of Portugal for many, 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 many seasons, looks like they're going to likely win this season again. And then we go to Italy, back to Italy. Juventus are top, then Atalanta, Milan, and Napoli. So that's how the leagues are currently doing. In the Champions League quarterfinals, we've got Liverpool, obviously. Then we've got Breda, two Dutch sides, which is very good to see. Breda and Utrecht. How is Holland doing at the moment? Netherlands. They're first and second in the league. Okay, cool. That makes sense. So Liverpool against Breda, my Harby against Juventus, all English tie against Middlesbrough and Chelsea. Then the Turkish side, who are Akhisar, Probably pronounced that totally wrong, against Utrecht. So that's going to be a very interesting Champions League. If I don't do another part with the who wins that, I'll make a comment and say who actually won it in the end. It won't be us, I know that. In the UEFA Cup, it's still very wide open at the moment. We've got a couple of human sides there. Oldham, Barcelona, obviously very good sides. Leicester, Nimes from France, Wigan, former human manager side. Atalanta, who are managed by a human. Got a couple of French sides. Inter Milan, who are not managed by a human, by the way. So it's a good club if anyone wants that. You have to get up to level 7 though to take a charge of them. But that's how the world looks like at the moment. So we're gonna, if you excuse me a second, we're gonna skip over to a new game world. So just log out. This is all how you log in. So obviously I'm not going to show you my password. So hold on a second. And of course that screen does not work. So we're going to go and flick over to the intro screen again. Whilst I'm going to type in this password. There we go. Challenge 1. There we go. It's back again. So we'll flip back over again. There we go. Back to challenge 1. So here's my Lille side. Lille have had a very good season. We're starting to make dents in Europe now. We had a very good European Champions League again. The Champions League, which is all over. This, of course, in this game world, it's all over now. So we can actually go and tell you who's won what. The Champions League final was won by Borussia Dortmund, beating Hartlepool 5-4. That sounds like it's a penalty shootout. Oh, God, it was. It was a penalty shootout. Borussia Dortmund, you have to say we're lucky to win that because Hartlepool had most shots on goal. But congratulations to the German side. The semi-finals, Hartlepool beat Bern side at Arnes. Borussia Dortmund beat Liverpool. Liverpool, in this game, while as successful as they were in Phoenix, Liverpool were the side who knocked my Lille side out. My Lille got to the Champions League quarterfinals, and we only lost 2-0 in aggregate. So we really did well there. We do a quickly game tour here. In England, Liverpool are the league champions, beating Middlesbrough. Liverpool, who are managed under Bernardo Monteiro. Hartlepool finished third. Middlesbrough finished second. Paul Skelton is manager of Middlesbrough in this game world as well. Hartlepool finished third under Glenn Doran. Well done, Glenn. Queen QPR fourth. Huddersfield fifth. So very tight there between those 5 sides. Championship, Stoke and Arsenal go back up. So Arsenal don't seem to do well in either game well. So they've gone back up. Stoke really did well. You can see they're way ahead. 121 points. I'm just looking at these goal scorers, see if there's anyone my Lille side can take. So who scored all Stoke's goals? This guy here, actually, 41 goals. Wow, 22 years old. His stats are not amazing, but he's 58 goals. I wonder how they're going to do next season anyway. So that's the English league. We go to Germany. Borussia Dortmund, the only human manager side I think in here. Yes, they are. They won quite easily. They're the league champions of Germany. Congratulations to Michael. La France, of course, my Lille side are top, and we're very on course to winning the championship. 38 games, got 4 games to go, which is basically 12 points. Yeah, we are champions. So my Lille top scorers, I'll show you this side soon. So congratulations to my own side. Spain, 4 games to go. It's going to be between, look at the points, wow. Barcelona, Sporting Gijón. Messi, obviously just like them in real time. Messi, he's a really good player. 121 goals. Oh my God. Wow. 83 league goals, 121 goals in total just for this season. That is amazing. It also shows you how easy this game can be if you have really good players. And he's going to be around for a couple more seasons as well. 121 goals, 83 league. That is, yeah, he is miles apart in this game. Sporting Gijón seconds between him and Barcelona then to win that. In Portugal, we've got Beira, the only human side here. And they've got their top scorer, 24 years old guy here. Always bear in mind in this game, by the way, in any of the game worlds, for the release fee. If the release fee is there, it means you can nick the player off this side, because this is one of the top players in this side, so this player doesn't have a release fee. But some of the, say, fourth or fifth strikers, they might have a release fee, so you can always go for them. I need to look through all this. I'll do this after this video is finished. Um, so my Lille side are doing very well in France. Now, I don't know, is this aggravating for you guys out there as well? Do you, in this game world, especially the Challenger 1 game world, do you have tons and tons of players? I'm quite lucky here. I don't have as many players having bids for. Sometimes this list, this screen is very full. I have about another 20 odd bids going down, and of course you can only have 15 consecutive bids going on at the moment. So every time I want, for instance, if a player wants a new contract, I have to go and cancel all these so I can then talk to my own player. I find that a little bit annoying. I don't know if you guys do. If you do, please let me know in the comments, because Burnham has thought of a way of solving that. But he only wants if all of you agree that you like doing that. So let's look at my Lille side as we're just in this game world. Um, when it lets you. There you go, my Lille side. It's taken a while to build them up. They're very, very young side, so I need to keep some of my older players in the side, even if they don't play so much. I've got some really good players there. I won't show you the full details of them, because you can go in and look yourself. Obviously, this is the exception. This is my top player, my goalie, the French goalie, international as well. He hasn't actually had a cap yet, and he was the first player that I've seen, my first homegrown player that I've seen that actually went up to 100 in any of his key stats. In this case, he is a goalie, so his keeper stat went from 99 to 100. So there we go. So in Challenge 1, the season has already finished. So again, remember the coins. You can use the coins here as well as in the other game world, and because this game world Challenge 1 has 4 ticks a day, this time goes a lot quicker. So if you cancel one of these players' contracts, you will probably see, I can do it here actually, I've got 2 coins left, not many. So, but this player main stat 71, he's only going up to 71, so he is going to leave. So I'm going to call player interaction, future at the club, that's going to go down to 0, can't do it anymore after this. And then possibly by the end of today or in 2-3 ticks time, this guy is going to be asking for a contract. And obviously I'm going to say, no way, you're leaving. And it means then his space will be taken by another youth player, depending on how much money you put into the academy, obviously. So there we go. Again, that is it. That's the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If there's any questions you want to ask me, please make a comment. If you do like it, please subscribe and like the video. If you like the video, the more likes we get, the more chances more people will see this video. I'm hoping to beat the 30 views we had from the last video. If we get under 20 views, then I'm likely not doing another special for quite some time. But that is it. Hope you enjoyed it, and speak to you soon. And thanks for watching this. Goodbye.